couple good years, man. Couple good reactions.
Couple great reactions here.
Started off with semen, and now we're here.
I forgot all about that. I legitimately forgot all about that,
dude.
307 Reacts. I'm Matt. That's Chris.
Yo.
You guys, you are the best audience in the world. If you missed yesterday's reaction, you are missing out. I'm telling you right now, go watch the video that was posted the day before this one. This isn't just a ploy to get you to go click on something else. You legitimately need to see that.
You have to see it.
Go watch that and then come back here and watch this. Once you get back, hi, how's it going? On the screen in front of us, we have Bridge City Sinners. The name of the song is Doubt. It is the official music video. Now, Chris, just before this, showed me a little clip of these guys and kind of what they're all about. And I after that last video that we watched, I'm like at my capacity for like I'm exhausted. And then he showed me this, and I'm like, you can't keep doing this to me. This is gonna be another reaction that's just like off the walls and another completely random. I have no idea. I didn't even know this kind of thing existed.
I didn't either.
And so we're about to watch this, and it's just gonna be,
to give you guys some context. Okay, Bridge City Sinners. It keeps coming up as a recommended band on my Instagram, maybe because they're playing shows close by or whatever. But anyway, I keep coming across the reels, and I'm like, well, let's check it out, see what they're about. So they had a couple reels from like their live shows, and the best way that I could describe it is goth grass. Okay, it's bluegrass, gothic bluegrass.
Goth grass, right?
It is fucking badass.
And then when he showed me these little clips, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
That's it.
I couldn't have ever pictured it in my head when just by saying it, and then you show me, and I'm like, that sounds about right. So
all I've heard is like little clips of their stuff on Instagram. I'm excited to get into a full-length music video here. This came out 5 months ago with 619,000 views.
They are not unpopular. They are not. There's a good chance a lot of you guys have heard of these guys.
Yeah.
According to their numbers, they have 114,000 subscribers. This video has over 500,000 views. So
I am excited to get into it.
It's 100,000 views a month, dude.
Before we get into this, okay, they do have a warning at the beginning of this. I want to just hit play and pause it so that way it's up on our page as well. And then we'll say it verbally because YouTube is kind of weird. So
please like, comment, and subscribe. It's that big red button down there. There's a bell next to that. You can hit that, set it to all for notifications so you know when episodes come out. We put out episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Probably getting into Fridays here soon because the weather's turning to shit, so we're probably just going to start doing five a week, but we normally do 4 a week. We have Patreon links, Twitch links, PayPal's equipment list down there. We have an affiliate program with Sweetwater. We got all sorts of stuff in our description. All we're asking you to do is hit that subscribe button. It's totally free for you. It could change our lives forever. That's literally all we're trying to do. So with that said, let's get into this. We're going to pause right at the top and read you guys a little message here.
So, following portrays emotionally intense scenes involving a child and mental health issues, which may evoke a strong reaction in some.
Oh, perfect.
Viewer discretion is advised.
We're a reaction channel, for anyone that didn't know. So, a strong reaction. That's kind of exactly what we're here for.
Incoming.
So, incoming. So, viewer discretion advised. If you've got some sort of PTSD related to this kind of thing, just here's your warning. This could get a little uncomfortable.
Feel free to call up your therapist whenever you need to.
Yeah, you can watch us with them.
Do your thing.
Watch us with them, and talk through it. All right, let's go. I can already hear it, Chris. It's gonna happen, dude.
Oh, Tom McDonald, like kind of contacts.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
I've become lost within my mind. Body is aching all the time. Twisted limbs and broken bones. A heart that's rotten, dead and numb. Doused in blood, bathed in tears. You are the enemy, it's you should fear. Hear them talk, the lies they spread. Don't give in to the voices in your head. A heartfelt war raged
honestly, sorry, we're never gonna get a break in this thing.
No, it's already halfway over.
Yeah. No. This is like,
Dude, the bass drops right before they all come in. Dude, my buddy Alex would love this.
Yeah.
I have to show him this, dude. The fact that these guys are all just like you were saying, like they're dressed up in like, you would think these guys were in like a post-hardcore band.
Yeah.
By the way they look.
Yeah.
And then they get up on stage with a stand-up bass and a violin, you know?
And a banjo.
And a banjo.
Like, shit's crazy.
But they're also up there like rocking out, like doing like that's. I love seeing that so much. I love seeing that because especially around here, like we have a very strong scene for acoustic music and that kind of vibe
acoustic
around here.
and bluegrass, folk music
but
type thing.
one problem that I have with it is when these guys get on stage and they go to perform, especially like I can understand if you get hired for a 3-hour gig at a bar and you're playing background music and you're just there for filler.
Just whatever.
Take your bar stool, do your thing, right?
Yeah.
But when you're on a bill for a band or for a show where you're on like a 3 or 4 band bill and it's an actual show and you're playing on a stage in front of people, for people, get off your goddamn bar stool and get up and move around like you actually enjoy the music, you know? And it's just a big problem around here where you get these guys who are like, oh, well, I play acoustic guitar. I guess I better sit on this stool and just sit here and play my songs. And it's like, the guitar straps exist for a reason, man. Get up and play your guitar. Put some emotion into it.
And strap locks.
Yeah. Let me
exist for a reason.
Fair enough, yeah. Show me that you actually like playing that instrument, you know? Because when you're just sitting there and singing into a mic and like, this next song's called song number 6 and the one after that is song number 7. You know, it's like,
what did that guy say? That guy on Instagram all the time. This next song is called "Beans in My Urethra" or some crazy shit. This goes out to the band hardcore punk metalhead 7. Like, okay,
like stuff like that. Like I appreciate the fact that these guys are like treating it like they're doing a live performance. They stand up, they're rocking out, they're having a good time.
And I will say that the context is everything, right? So if you're singing a song that's kind of an emotionally whatever, I get it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Pull up a bar stool.
Some
deliver
songs call
your
for that.
sadness.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like I get it.
If you got to get the son of a sinner thing going, a Jelly Roll thing where you're sitting in a bar, you're depressed, I get it. That's the vibe, right?
Yeah.
But for something like this where it's clearly very like.
But that's the thing. Be in the scene.
Be the character that you're trying to portray. Absolutely.
Yep.
They call it a show for a reason.
That's it.
I mean, we're performers for a reason. When you're on stage, you are technically like that's your stage personality.
Yeah.
Like you are technically a different person up there.
And
like,
you know, I get it. If you're part of a band and let's say you're the rhythm guitarist, right? You're like, what fucking character am I? I'm not telling the story. I'm just back here holding the bass. Like, dude, if you listen and feel, when I would write parts for my band, I would write the rhythm guitar to match with, okay, so what are the lyrics about? Like, what are we writing about? Okay, cool. If I take in, like, in this section of the song, it feels very angsty and against the man or whatever, I'm going to lay into that guitar
exactly
and give it against, you know, and the guitar is going to emulate the feeling that the song is supposed to deliver.
Just because you didn't write the words doesn't mean you can't still, like, portray them while you're playing your instrument. Everyone in the band should have that same feeling running through them that the song is being sung through them. Like we were just talking about in the last one. Like, the song should be being sang through everybody, and that's how you get the performance out.
Yeah.
Like, you put yourself inside the song, and you perform it like you would. Like you're acting out the song. That's really what it is.
These guys do a great...
They're killing it.
The one line I love... I originally paused it to talk about this line, and then, you know...
Here we are.
I love the line... who's the enemy you should fear? You're the enemy you should fear.
Yep.
And that is so, like, how many times have you found yourself in a situation that you could have easily avoided? Okay. Decisions and choices are everything.
Oh boy.
And you know what they say is true. You are your own worst enemy.
Yep.
Like,
100%.
A lot of people like to blame other people, and that's very common these days. Okay.
People love to blame the world around them for their own problems.
The world, whoever's president at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a big one.
Okay, I get it. There's things out of your control, but it's up to you to look at the things available to you and make a plan.
You know what? Was Election Day in reaction world time? Was Election Day yesterday? The same day we came out with that song? Because Friday
Tuesday,
is the first.
Yep.
So it would be the following Tuesday.
I don't know how the hell I'm going to vote on Election Day when I'm headed to SEMA. Sorry, bro. Chip Foose for president. Let's go.
Sorry, wild tangent. Sorry, I gotta get my thoughts out. But yeah, you are your own worst enemy. People love to blame the world around them for their own problems, and at the end of the day, it's like a lot of those problems can be solved if you just look in the mirror and figure it out. You know.
Yeah, and once again, yes, there are things outside of your control.
Oh, yeah,
but it's up
course.
to you to make a movement, like sitting in it and doing nothing and saying, "Oh, but this is happening." Mm-hmm. Then fucking if somebody's pissing on top of your head, you don't just sit there. You fucking move. Any direction is fine.
Even simple shit. My electronic drum set broke last week. One of the wires came apart in the snare drum, and I've never worked on electronic drums before. I know very little about splicing wires together, but I can't just sit there and just wait for it to fix itself because it's not going to do that.
It's not going to.
I have to figure it out. I don't have the money to buy those snare drums on those things. Dude, they're ridiculous right now. And they're like hard to find. They don't make them. You can't go to Oasis's website. They just don't make them. Yeah. So I'm like, I have one option, and that option is to tear the motherfucker apart and figure out how to wire this thing back together. Yeah. And I did it, and it works.
Hell yeah.
Was it scary? Yep, super scary.
Fuck yeah,
those wires are like so thin and so easy to break. And I'm out there like, like you do. You take the wire apart and you splice them together and you put a rubber cap and you melt the rubber cap down. And I did the thing. And I was like, during the whole process, I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. I'm wasting my time doing this.
Try something.
Turns out I didn't waste my time and it works. And now I know how to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just one of those things, like even simple shit. Like nothing's going to change if you don't do something about it. Like you got to take at least an initiative step and do you know what? I'm going to just step into the deep end here and see what happens. Sometimes you sink, sometimes you swim, you know?
And I think where this is going is it talks about, she talks about having a soul that's like tainted by, decisions, or maybe even it's like drugs and
past
all
traumas,
these like
possibly.
crazy and past traumas. And then you see just a flash of her looking at her younger self.
The child, yep.
And because the hair color is the same, whatever. Like,
I think we're going to see more of that in here.
That is so, like, a lot of people do have past trauma. I think most people have past traumas.
I think that's what makes us human.
And, choosing to what she was doing in that moment is facing herself when she was younger.
Sure.
And taking a look at that and taking a hard look at that. And Jordan Peterson calls this staring into the abyss. And let me tell you, you're going to find some things out you didn't want to know. But you know what? You do become a better person for it.
It makes you a better person, for sure, man. Analyzing those things and actually sitting with those things and realizing... Just go ahead and put that anywhere for now. That's fine. Just... your mic cable falls.
God.
Technical difficulties here on the 307 React stage. Yeah, you're gonna find some things out about yourself that are uncomfortable. But if you sit with those things and learn and actually learn from those things, that's a big Jordan Peterson thing. Is what's one thing that I'm doing wrong that I know that I'm doing wrong, that I can do different, that I should do different,
and that I'm willing to change.
Yeah,
that's our thing. Is a lot of people aren't willing to change. And like, if you're not willing, don't even bother.
Yeah, or willing to take that step. Like, do something uncomfortable. Like, go do something uncomfortable, and you'll oftentimes 9 out of 10 times you'll come out of that feeling better as a person, feeling better about what you did, things like that. So yeah. Anyways, did you go back?
I did.
Okay, let's go.
Ghost and void, bathed in tears. You are the enemy, it's you should fear. Hear them talk, the lies they spread. Don't give in to the voices in your head. You can hear them say you're nothing. Everything you touch, it turns to shit.
Wow.
You'll die alone. No one will ever love you.
What the
Your heart's gone cold. Ghost and void.
Damn,
bathed in
dude. What was that? I was so lost and caught up in the cinematics that I completely omitted the fact that she was just had this blood-curdling scream going on. Can we hit that whole section?
That again.
That was amazing.
Wow.
And the fact that she's talking to her younger self.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be told that you're shit, or like you're nothing. Everything that you touch turns to shit. Like,
yeah.
And
she die alone.
She prefaces that with, "Don't get caught up with the voices in your head."
Yeah.
And we were talking
and
about
then
that.
That's that inner demon just screaming at
the
you.
The past traumas that we were talking about, where it's like, man, we all deal with those things, and it really is in how you face those things and how you decide to come out on the other end.
Yeah.
You know?
Tom McDonald did a great example of that. What was that song he did?
Was that Dear Tom?
Was it Dear Tom? Yeah, where he was
talking
like
to
back
himself?
and forth
Yeah,
with
talking
him
to
and his
himself.
inner. Oh my god!
I think it's Dear Tom.
Sick.
I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember. But
yeah, it's kind of the same concept here. Like that is
facing your inner demons for sure.
Rough, and then being that like, and I know there's kids who maybe don't have parents at home, and maybe their parents abuse them, or maybe
life's rough out there. It's rough.
And parents out here giving their kids like fentanyl and like all these crazy drugs
And
that are
unlocked
going on.
cell phones,
Like-
and wondering why their kids are coming home with issues and where they're learning all
Yeah.
this shit and how they know so much and all this. And it's like, maybe it's because you gave your kid a
Damn,
cell
bro.
phone at 10 years old. It was like a better than phone than what we have on a desk right here. Like, stop
But,
exposing
like-
your children to the internet that early. It's stupid.
Like,
Don't do
the
that.
crazy thing is all these kids are dealing with all of these things.
Yeah.
And I remember, God, being a kid in my day and age was so much easier.
Oh.
The only thing I worried about was getting home, getting the homework done, and riding my bike with my friends.
Your beard just got a little more gray after
It
you
did.
said that.
Okay.
Just,
Back in my day,
it was just so much easier. You
So
guys
much
heard that.
easier.
You heard him say that. It happened.
I'm getting close to 30, y'all.
We're getting, there are the old man isms are coming out.
Oh, it's coming out, guys.
slowly but surely. Yeah, that's how I got all this gray in my beard. I just started all of a
But
sudden.
anyway.
I was like, man, my knees didn't used to hurt. Then it was all like woke up the next morning, there was a little gray in my beard. Like shit,
man.
I gotta watch what I
man.
say.
Yeah. No, but there's kids out there dealing with like severe mental issues like this,
Dude.
where they just have this.
Can you even imagine
Thing, like-
being in high school right now and just dealing with the social
God.
issues that come along with being
Even middle, I feel like middle
a
school was worse.
Dude, even
Like,
grade school. Like you're
God.
you're immediately thrown into this ring of popularity without even wanting to be in there. The second you walk through school door, you are.
I mean, that's always been a thing, but now it's a thing where
but the
you're
ring
competing
is-
for popularity at school and
Dude, the
online.
ring is so much
and-
bigger. Yeah, it's
yeah.
that's the thing now. Like
Yeah.
like popularity's always been a thing, but like when you and I were younger, it wasn't like you weren't competing for that necessarily. Some kids were for sure. Some kids that was like their thing.
Well, and you weren't competing for it on the internet.
Yeah, and that's
Like,
the thing.
for
You
sure.
didn't have to be that person on the internet. Also, there wasn't
Yeah.
like this. Oh, you don't have Snapchat. You're a loser, or like
right.
you don't have this new app. You don't know about that. Oh, what a nerdy thing! And it's just like how
God.
wild of a place must it be right now to be going through that I can't imagine, dude.
You ready for this?
Yes.
I didn't get my first touch phone until 2015, 2014, 2015.
The first.
Like, I had a flip phone all the way. Well, the closest I ever got, okay, didn't have a flip phone, and it had the little Pantech that slides up with the
Yep.
full keyboard.
Yep, for sure.
Man, that was hot stuff back in the day.
I didn't get my first touch phone until the very first Android smartphone came out, and it was
Yeah.
like that black one with like the little trackball in the middle
Oh,
and the two
the,
buttons. It was like I want to say
An
like a
LG
Next.
something.
It was an Android. I think it was just like a straight up Android.
was it?
It was
Okay.
like Android made it.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
remember it was just the wildest thing because you could like customize your background and like
Yeah.
change the color schemes
Right.
and move your apps around, and it was like the wildest thing in
Yeah.
the world. But before that, I didn't even have a phone until I was allowed to drive. The
Yeah.
only reason why I got a phone when I was allowed to drive when I turned 16 was because my parents were like, "You call me, or
Yeah.
we're gonna get you a phone, and when that phone rings and my name comes up, you answer. You answer that motherfucking phone, or I'm
I
coming
don't care
looking."
if Jesus is on the other line. You
Yep.
switch over.
Yeah, you switch over and you answer my phone call because if not, I'm coming looking. And God, boy, you better hope Jesus is on the line if I'm out looking for you. You're gonna need him. You
You're
know what I
gonna
mean?
need him.
Like, so
No,
yeah, that
but
was the only reason.
I just feel bad for kids these days. I mean, they're dealing with so
Oh,
much.
and,
like,
and the world of parenting nowadays. And granted, I
or
don't have,
lack thereof.
bingo. I don't have much room to speak. I'm not a parent,
Yeah.
and so it's not really my place to speak on how people parent their kids.
Yeah.
However, what I've seen and like how these kids are being brought up, I'm glad I don't have kids, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it has got to be on both ends. It's got to be a nightmare to be a kid, and it's got to be a nightmare to parent a kid.
Oh my
Especially
God, yeah.
just with the way the economy is alone, it's
Well, I tell
unbelievably
you this,
expensive.
Talk to Anita for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah,
the
I
lady
bet.
who does my hair.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Doesn't she have like 3 or something? Or?
She has like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But man, they're all. I mean, some in high school, some middle school. Some,
She's
I
got
mean,
the full range.
She's got the full range, man.
Boy.
I couldn't imagine. She got to the point where she's like, you know what? The doors are coming off the hinges. Nobody has doors on the rooms anymore. I'm over it. Like, when you get home, the phone goes in the bucket. I'm over it. Like, way to go.
You're going to live under my roof. You're going to live by my rules,
That's
okay?
it.
You want to go live somewhere else? Go. Good luck
Right?
paying for it because
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. So when you come home, your phone goes in the bucket. I like that.
Facts.
I'm all about that's that old
Yeah.
school kind of parenting. I'm into that. That's how I was raised, you know? Like,
Man.
it's got to be a wild. It's and dealing with those inner demons as a child has to just be, you know, it definitely makes me think of how those things kind of shape us as people as we come up. You don't think about it when you're a kid, you know.
I mean, not that any like I don't think there's a kid alive that doesn't come up without some sort of adversity.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But like
there probably are, but it's a minority. It's a very few.
I would say a majority of the kids now, I mean, gosh, we're seeing like people in high school getting, you know, their girlfriend's pregnant or people becoming pregnant, and like they're having these kids so young, they don't have a job, they don't have whatever, they're hooked on drugs,
they haven't even figured their lives out yet.
Even like, you know, their parents aren't even in the picture, and it's just like,
think about your level of intellect when you were 16 years old.
Oh, God. Think about your level of intellect at 22.
At 35. I'm still learning shit all the time. Like, I still feel like sometimes I have no idea what's going on. You know what I mean? So, like, I couldn't imagine that young and being laid on with the responsibility of, now you've got a child, good luck.
God, man.
You can't just quit on that thing.
Some people do.
People do.
That's
You're not supposed to quit on that thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways, that was kind of a long tangent. Sorry, but we're going to get back into this.
Feel bad for him.
Yeah,
anyway,
I feel horrible for the kids.
Inner demon screaming.
Yes. Did you go back?
I did.
All right.
You can hear them say you're nothing. Everything you touch, it turns to shit. You'll die alone. No one will ever love you. Your heart's gone cold. Doused in blood, bathed in tears. You are the enemy. It's you should fear it. Hear them talk, the lies they spread. Don't give in to the voices in you. Just get through today, there's hope for tomorrow. You'll feel better soon, just outlive the sorrow. You feel hopeless now, but you're not alone. That's right, dead and now.
Dude, wow. Let's go.
Fucking sick.
What?
If they produced a horror movie, I'd watch it.
I'd watch it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
Oh.
What did I just witness?
That was art.
That was so good.
Art. Yeah.
You gotta stop, dude. You can't just you can't just pile on these super epic productions, these crazy videos.
You know, and here's the thing. I'm going to say this, not because, like, the views are the views, they're whatever, right? When I look at views on our channel, the way I look at it is we have a new artist on, and I know they're not going to get as many views because they're new to the channel.
Yep.
We haven't quite reached their fan base, whatever. But it's not like, the way I look at it is I go, 400 people watched this in 3 hours. 400 people have discovered this new band with us.
Yep.
And, like, I love that. And it makes me sad knowing that, like, this video is going to come out, and it's not going to have a ton of views at first, but I hope
it needs to gain traction.
That it needs to gain
traction. I'm going to say it on tomorrow's video also. When we start tomorrow's video, you're going to hear me go back to yesterday's video and watch yesterday's.
Go back 2 days ago.
Go back 2 days ago.
Start there.
Then watch yesterday's. Like, this week, this week has been bangers. Like,
God,
so
dude,
good.
So good.
Monday's episode was off the wall.
It was off the wall. Y'all.
They usually are.
This week is fucking crazy. Okay,
we got demons in your head.
Wow.
We got past traumas that we're dealing with. We got some other things that happened on Monday that I don't want to bring because we're not. It's wild.
God, man,
so good, dude. Her scream is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's just that. The way I would normally describe that would be like a panther scream, but normally people don't sing words that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Like in a panther scream, but that was. Whoo, that was something.
You'll die alone. Your heart's gone cold. Like,
man,
damn, dude. To be told that as a kid too. Like,
yeah.
And
well,
it doesn't hit as a kid either.
And it's not just that, because it's the inner demon. The kid actually telling herself
that,
because once you tell yourself something, and I've said this before, and if you guys go to if you guys have ever seen me pop into Carly's live stream or whatever, I haven't done it lately, but I'll always leave and I say, your thoughts become your thoughts become perception, and your perception becomes reality. And so, like, the things that you think, affect the way that you see the world.
Sure.
And if you see the world that way, that's the reality that you live in.
Yeah.
And so the things that you think really affect your quality of living. And so to have a kid that young think those things about her or himself is that's crushing.
I mean, you're just setting
so
yourself
sad.
up for a life of just like disappointment and just like trauma, a life of trauma, really.
Yeah, and there's
Wild.
so much out there for you. Like, and even as an adult, if you're watching this and you're like, dude, that's definitely me. I have a negative mindset. Like and I used to struggle with this. The one thing that I am Brendan Lutmer from Remember Me When. If you haven't checked out that band, great band. The greatest band ever.
The greatest band, probably better than any band you've ever heard of.
Brendan Lutmer hated this because when I was going through that kind of mental, just everything was shit all the fucking time, I started saying this out loud all the time. It's fine. Everything's going to be fine. It's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. And I made a little meme of it. And when Brendan would freak out about something,
Send it to him.
I would just send it to him. It's just, picture me. It's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine. Even if it's not, I would rather think and perceive that everything's fine and just deal with it knowing that it's going to be fine.
It just, it makes life way more difficult to get through because let's be real, life kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not all butterflies and rainbows and unicorn farts like I was
Even
saying.
as Samantha Allen said 2 days ago, okay?
Yesterday on this one.
Yesterday, sometimes it might suck most of the time.
Yep.
Yep.
We could all use a couple good years, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot better to go through those years at least, even if you gotta eat like Chris said, even if you gotta like pretend, shit's gonna be shitty sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just that's why it's called shit, right?
Yeah.
But if you go through that shit with a positive mindset, it's gonna be a lot easier to get through it. You know?
Yeah. If you can squeeze out it's fine through some tears, you're well on your way.
Yep.
Okay?
Deep breaths. Deep breaths are big, you know. Like take a deep breath.
Everything's fine.
Just try and relax. Keep your heart rate down. You're gonna get through it.
What are they gonna do? Take away my birthday? Don't think so.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
You're gonna get through it. You're here, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get through it. That was amazing.
Wow.
5 out of 5. Those
5
guys
out
are
of 5.
awesome. I really hope they come through here sometime.
Yeah.
This would honestly, they would kill it here.
Oh, they would.
That would be a band that like Oil City.
Oh,
they
dude.
would crush it up there at Oil City.
Yeah.
They could jump onto any metal band or any metal bill up there.
Metal
Crush.
bill, even I
I'd
would
open
dare
for
even
those.
say a folk bill.
I'd open for those guys.
Like,
My acoustic
Yeah.
punk band. I would open for you guys.
hell yeah.
That'd be awesome.
If you guys come across this video, I'll probably send it to you on Instagram. But if you come across this video, hit us up. We'd love to talk with you.
Yeah.
If you ever find yourself in Casper, Wyoming, or even Denver, hit us up. Let
Montana.
us know. We'll come check you out.
100% we'll be there.
Love what I see.
Yeah, it's
This
amazing.
is
Keep it up.
art.
You guys are awesome. You're great performers. Your music sounds incredible. I love the style. I had no idea that I was going to be interested in
Gothic
in
bluegrass.
goth grass today, but here we are. And
Here we
that's
are.
that's why I love this reaction channel. So
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that was amazing. 5 out of 5, guys. Keep it
Well,
up.
if you guys enjoyed this journey as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang, and everything's fine. We'll see you next time. Bow.
I wish I could do the scream like her. I'd be like, oh, notification gang.
God, dude, that scream was
That-
fucking insane.
Another one of those things that just like I wasn't even perceiving that. I was just like watching the video and I was like, damn, dude, this is intense. And then all of a sudden it hit me like, oh, that's why it's intense.
Yeah.
She's just got this nasty scream going on, dude.
Screaming on top of a banjo.
Yeah, like a stand-up bass. What is happening,
Like, who
dude?
does that?
It's so crazy.